In 2010, Brian Aitken was sentenced to 7 years in prison for possessing guns that he legally owned and purchased in Colorado. Now, he lost custody of his infant son for being indicted with this nonviolent offense. And after 4 months in jail, Governor Christie issued executive clemency to Aitken. That being said, Brian hasn't seen his son in 6 years. Now, I know, Brian, you've told your story in this book that you just released called The Blue Tent Sky, How the Left's War on Guns Cost Me My Son and My Freedom. People can never wrap their head around this idea that you legally owned those guns, yet somehow you ended up locked up for 4 months with a 7-year sentence. So how did that happen?
So the big problem in New Jersey is that guns are illegal unless you meet a number of exemptions. And one of those exemptions says that you're allowed to legally take your firearms from the place of purchase to your house, from your house to go hunting, from your house to go to the shooting range, or from one house to another when you're moving. And we spent the entire trial talking about how I had just started a new lease on January 2nd, 2009, and was moving into a new house. And despite spending several days talking about this, the prosecutor talked about the exemptions. Every witness that testified, even the state's witnesses, testified about these exemptions. The jury came back 3 times from deliberations and asked the judge, what are the exemptions for these laws? We need to know under what conditions people are allowed to legally take their firearms from one place to another. And every single time, the judge refused for them to know. Ultimately, Governor Christie let me out of prison. I received a lot of help from grassroots Second Amendment groups and the NRA. And
how long did you serve?
4 months.
So you're in for 4 months. So the governor acted relatively quickly. So why haven't you seen your son?
The judge, in no uncertain terms, said that even though I couldn't own firearms, and even though the Mount Laurel Police Department had my firearms, he wasn't convinced that I couldn't get them if I wanted to. So he essentially said that being a gun owner makes you a dangerous parent.
So where's your son now?
I have no idea. Nobody will tell me. I've asked the court for a mailing address. They refused to give a mailing address to me.
It's unbelievable. Were you separated from your son's mother, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you not able to, search through Facebook, search through Twitter, and find another way to find your child?
No, I've tried, and I've reached out to my son's mother, my former wife, but I just get no response back whatsoever.
This is similar to when I was chasing the Shaneen Allen case, and a lot of times, even when you get clemency, or even when the public comes out and supports you, the unintended consequences are this is still on your record. You're still labeled this way, and judges can still judge you as if you were a felon who committed that act.
You've been granted clemency by the governor, so you would think that would push that aside, and now you can deal with your former wife.
I've been granted clemency by the governor, and the conviction of illegal possession of firearms was overturned and dismissed by the appellate division. But there's one snagging and hanging on to me, and that's illegal possession of hollow points, because hollow point ammunition is legal in New Jersey and has all of the same exemptions as transporting firearms, except it doesn't have the exemption that says you can take it from one house to another when you're moving. So for that one reason, I'm a felon, and anybody who owns hollow points, when they move from one house to another, they need to leave the hollow points behind in their previous residence.
So tell me about the book real quick. What is the book? What do you hope to accomplish with the book?
At bare minimum, I have a 6-year-old son out there who probably thinks that I'm a disinterested deadbeat father. And it's been 5 years since I've been able to see him. It was right after his first birthday was the last time I was able to see him. So I figured I need to put all of this on paper.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.